Booligans Podcast, episode 5. Gonna do some pick update, study hall, NFL picks, got some betting locks, hell of a guy, dum-dums, and then do some power rankings this week.
And welcome in Sosa.
Yeah, welcome Sosa.
Thanks for having me.
Hills, you've seen him before.
So well.
All right, here's the updated numbers for the three of us at least. We'll have some new ones next week. I'm terrible, so I gave myself one of these.
Woof, woof, woof.
Fade me.
Fade him.
Yeah, you can do my college football lock, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, NFL picks are brutal. Study hall, a lot better last week. That line in the sand, really
5-1.
5-1 last week.
Yeah, a lot better. Super dog, we need you better there. But you know,
They were up at halftime.
They were.
What can I say?
hot take tracker. There's not really much with this. Can you pick it? I guess this is. It's not dead. I was thinking about a little
Actually,
more.
he's playing this week. I forgot. I thought he was going to be out.
I thought he was too. I thought he was going to be hurt and miss some time, but no, he's.
But still
he's
very
playing,
close to dead.
Might get hurt even worse.
I thought it was 18 for some reason, and I thought it was dead. Now I realize it's 28, and I feel like it's hella dead.
Well, the whole point was the line was 18.5, and so the point was like, I just tried to make it like 10 more than that for it to be a hot take, but the point was like, go hammer that prop.
Okay, so the line was 18.5. Okay.
Yeah.
But even if you think about it, like it says there, 1.4 TDs per game the rest of the way. Like he has a game where he goes off for like 3 or 4. Like he's got a chance.
I mean,
Is
they are
Deontay
going to win
back?
the division.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, that's true. He has no
TDs in the
defense.
game.
And I think Freiermuth is hurt. Maybe I'm making that up.
Yep.
He's
3
hurt.
weeks.
Yeah, he's hurt 3 weeks. Yep.
So
Yeah, 3 weeks.
it's dead. It's dead. I don't know why we keep bringing this one up. This is dead. Green Bay's 2-2. Love has been very good. He's going to say he's terrible. He's going to say, oh, he's bad, but he's QB3.
He's been very good.
Yeah, he's QB3.
Cameron wants to tell you about his completion percentage, but he likes Anthony Richardson, who was 11 for 25 last week, but he's a good quarterback.
But he rushed for a touchdown in his first 3 games, Connor.
He did do that.
First game in history.
Yeah, that's why we're not going to just look at completion percentage.
I don't love Anthony Richardson. I just think that he's good enough to win that shitty division they're in.
Roll it back.
And I thought they could beat
listeners
the Rams. I thought they could beat the Rams. At home.
Roll it back to last week. The listeners know. They heard you.
Yeah. And then Saints, NFC 1 seed. This is dead. Both of their quarterbacks suck. Yeah, there's no life in this.
Why did they play Carr last
Superman's
week?
back.
Like,
Who's back?
Jameis?
Superman.
He played last week and they lost. They got smashed.
You gotta let him get his legs underneath him. You gotta let him get it going.
They're
You
done.
got to give Jameis a full week of preparation before you can to say he's not good enough to start. You can just throw him in a game. He sucks for a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He must look so bad that they were like, Derek, you gotta go. I don't care if you got half a shoulder. Then
Drew Lock didn't have any trouble coming in right off the bench.
That's true. Yeah,
he did look good.
True. Maybe they should go make a trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we can scrap this segment unless something takes off. But these are all dead. All right, study hall time. Get your pens and papers out. First game. Maryland.
All right. So 5-1. Feeling pretty good about myself. I do feel pretty good about these picks. So we'll go to the first one on the docket. Maryland is catching 20 in Columbus against Ohio State. The Terrapins they're 5-0 and they're averaging a margin of victory by 25. Last year, this was a 13-point game when they had dum-dum C.J. Stroud. Obviously, he's gone.
I think we confirmed he's no longer a dum-dum.
Yeah, whatever.
But we are in study hall, so he's a book dum-dum.
And Ohio State against Power 5 opponents this year is only averaging 20 points a game. They've yet to throw a TD pass against a Power 5 opponent. So I think that number is just too big. Tua's brother will hang him in the game well enough to cover the 20. So I'm going with the Terps there.
We'll talk more about this game later.
Okay, Texas in the Cotton Bowl here. Last year it was 49-0, and Texas is returning 10 out of the 11 starters on offense. The only one they're not returning is Bijan. They hung 24 points on the road at Bama. OU kind of struggled against Cincinnati. They did blow out Iowa State last week, but I don't think Oklahoma's ready for the big time here. I think Texas is one of the they're number 3. I think they're one of the top teams and top offenses in the country, and they can win by a touchdown here in against Oklahoma. So 2 for 2.
Corey loves it.
Corey loves it.
Okay, going to the MAC. Okay, Central Michigan is 3-point favorites at Buffalo. Last year, Central Michigan won by 4. This year, Buffalo was 0-4. Last week, they beat Akron in the ugliest game in history in overtime, 13-10. And you're asking, why do I know that was the ugliest game in history? Well, I'll tell you why. So last week in Nashville, I was sitting at Double Dogs, and we were watching, Penn State, Northwestern, Kentucky, Florida, those games, Colorado and USC. And then somebody is watching this TV intently in the corner. They're watching Buffalo Akron on the ESPN app on TV. And it was 13-10. I think it was 0-0 at halftime. Ugly game. Turns out one of the guys, his son plays for Buffalo. But sad to say to him, they suck, and they're going to not cover by 3. So I'm taking the Chippewas in this game.
If you would have given me any amount of money and said, I'll double it if you can tell me which school that Maroon C was, I would have said, absolutely, it's Colgate. That would have been absolutely wrong.
Sean
Colgate
Roundtree has alma mater.
We said that
Antonio
last
Brown,
week.
alma mater.
We need to have Connor try to guess the logos. Maybe we have Hills do it now.
Colgate is a much more boring Maroon C.
Yeah, I think it's just a plain C.
Yeah, I think their C looks like the Cincinnati Reds and Bears.
That's right.
C.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
This
next one's easy though. You could be able to name these 2.
Okay, Washington State, UCLA under 59. UCLA defense has allowed no team to score over 14 points this season. They're actually holding teams to an average of 11 points a game. And UCLA is not exactly an explosive offense on their own. They scored only 7 points against Utah this past week. They are coming off a bye. Their highest total in the game so far, UCLA against an FBS opponent, is only 45. So I think 59 is a high number here. One you got to worry about is Washington State. They can light it up a little bit through the air, of course. Rest in peace, Mike Leach. But UCLA is second in the Pac-12 in pass defense. So I think they'll go under 59 there in the Rose Bowl. Okay, Iowa. They are out their quarterback for the remainder of the season, but Ryan Walters is the head coach of Purdue, and any Mizzou person knows that Ryan Walters struggles against a backup quarterback. Mizzou is famously losing to backup quarterbacks left and right when he was defensive coordinator. They have a new quarterback by the name of Deacon Hill. He is a transfer from Wisconsin. He led them coming in mid-game last week against Michigan State, led them to a win. I think a week of practice will get them right, and Purdue's not that great to begin with. So I just feel like that's a low-scoring game that Iowa can win at home. So money line it is. I think it's a 2.5-point favorite, but Iowa is such a low-scoring game. I don't want to dilly-dally with those points, so just give me straight up.
All right, we'll have Hills or Connor try to guess these next 2. We ready?
Is it Arkansas State Red Wolves?
Yeah, nice.
Hey, there you go.
Bang. And the T.
I don't know the T team.
Troy.
How about Troy?
Okay, Connor's favorite man, Butch Jones, is the coach of Arkansas State. They got off to an 0-3 start, including a 73-0 beatdown at the hands of Oklahoma, and lost to Memphis, who's a good ball club, of course.
Why is Butch my favorite again?
Because he's a ball.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
37-3.
He's really fell from grace since being over there in at Tennessee. but go on.
However, so after those early blowouts, Arkansas State is getting going a little bit. They've won 3 straight. Troy's a low-scoring team. They're only averaging 20.5 points a game against FBS teams. So Arkansas State's in a little bit of a heater here. Troy's not a super high-scoring team. I think 17's too much. So I'm going with the Red Wolves in the Sun Belt game here on the road. All right, couple more. You want to do the logo game here or what?
That's
South.
the right is UAB and the left is
South Florida or Central Florida?
South Florida.
South. Yeah. South.
Okay, yes. I'm taking the USF Bulls -3 here on the road in Birmingham. USF played a tight game against Bama, and they have 2 straight wins. They beat Rice and Navy, neither of which are that bad of mid-major teams. UAB has lost 4 straight, and I don't know if you guys saw, but Trent Dilfer is the coach of UAB now, and they had a little tissy fit with him and some of the assistant coaches last week where he was yelling at them quite angrily. So I think there might be a little bit of infighting there in UAB. They lost 4 straight. USF's pretty solid club. They're exceeding expectations so far this year. So I am taking the Bulls -3. Okay, back to the Sun Belt here. This was almost.
Any guesses?
Not a goddamn clue.
Connor, we had the left one on there last week. It was part of our locks.
Looks like Penn State from the 80s.
That looks like a different logo than last week, I'll be honest.
No, it's the same one.
Well.
Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead, Cam.
So this is Louisiana Monroe +12 at home against South Alabama. South Alabama did beat Oklahoma State, who Oklahoma State's not that great. South Alabama coming off of 2 straight losses. Last week, UL Monroe was on the brink of beating App State, who's a perennial Sun Belt contender. They lost 41-40 against App State. I think 12 points against too high here for the home team. So I'm taking them again. Almost was my super dog, but I have a better option, which we'll see shortly. So I'm going with the Warhawks of Monroe.
All right, last one.
All right, last one. TCU on the road in Ames. 2 first-year quarterbacks there in these two teams. TCU is only 15 points a game allowed after they got shredded by Dion, of course, week 1. But since then, holding teams at 15 points a game. I just think this is a low-scoring, boring game. You know, anything in Iowa is boring. So low-scoring game. I think they go under 51.5 here. So that concludes my round of 9, a little bit more than usual this week. But when there's winners on the board, you just got to take them. So hoping to have another good week here in Study Hall.
Shout out to Iowa State's quarterback's mom. She's a MILF. I think we went over this before. You guys need to give her a look up.
Yeah. The first lady of the Battlehawks?
Yeah. She's yummy. All right, super dog.
So my super dog this week, I am going to the Great West, and I am taking the Wyoming Cowboys straight up in Laramie against the nationally ranked Fresno State. Some strange things tend to happen there in Laramie in night games, especially when they're against good teams. Kelly Bryant and Mizzou can tell you firsthand. Earlier this year, they beat Texas Tech at home. I think the Wyoming team's pretty good. They're 4-1. Their only loss was to Texas, so they're a solid club. Fresno is 5-0. I think Cinderella might run out a little bit here. Laramie is going to be rocking for this one. They're going to have their stripe in brown and gold like they do there in Wyoming, and the place at elevation will be enough to bring them to a straight-up winner in this ball game.
It had to be Anthony Knight.
Any comment on the Tigers versus Tigers this weekend?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a tough game. I think I'm a little worried about pass defense because Vandy kind of got loose a little bit. So I think LSU may have a field day, but I think we might have a field day as well on offense. So we'll see if
stinks. LSU's
we'll see if we can
we got to stop Jaden Daniels on the
get
run.
some stops. Yeah.
What's their receiver's name? Don't they got a guy?
They got a couple guys. I'm not sure what their names are.
Neighbors or something?
But yeah. Anyways, they're gonna get shut down no matter what. But anyways.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. I'm excited for it. It's got a potential get us in a driver's seat for not driver's seat, maybe the passenger seat behind Georgia in the SEC East. But
yeah, and Georgia's playing Kentucky this week, so if we can win, we'll be tied for first with somebody.
All right, let's get into the locks. We got Boyd first. Kentucky.
Speaking of
Georgia. Yeah, speaking of them. Lock is Kentucky plus 14.5.
Kentucky plus 14.5. See, Georgia barely escaped Auburn last week. Georgia can't stop the run. Auburn ran for 219 yards against Georgia. UK has a way better running team than Auburn does. They ran for 329 on Florida last week. Also, Georgia beat South Carolina and they beat Auburn, who's both worse than UK. Georgia hasn't beaten the SEC team by 14.5 yet this season. They beat South Carolina by 10 and they beat Auburn by 7. And both, like I said, both teams are worse than UK. So, hey, give me the Wildcats plus 14.5. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
Georgia's
go.
been slow starting all year.
They've been starting slow, as you said? Yeah, they have. They should have lost South Carolina and Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have. Georgia's not the team that we've been seeing these recent years. Defense doesn't look how they usually look. So, yeah, give me the Wildcats at home. Or not at home, but give me the Wildcats.
Last year, they only lost by 10, so they played them tight last year when Georgia was better. So,
yeah. All right, Connor, Maryland at Ohio State. A little teaser. Maryland plus 24 and under 62.5.
Yeah, so I always love a plus money lock. Sneeze already talked about why they're going to cover. He pretty much hit all the points I was going to. That's why he's the best. He drew a line in the sand, and good things happen when you draw lines in the sand. Maryland hasn't let. Well, yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Maryland hasn't given up more than 20 points this year, and Ohio State hasn't given up more than 14 points this year. So I think both defenses will hold out pretty well here in a battle of undefeated teams, and lock it in.
Okay. Cam, Colorado at Arizona State.
Okay, I'm going back to the pack for the lock here. Colorado State minus 4.5. Colorado, of course, as we all know, got steamrolled against Oregon, but they bounced back well last week against USC. They did lose, but they hung in that game throughout. Arizona State, not that good. They've lost 4 in a row, and they're only scoring 17 points a game. They already got shut out this year. So I just think Deion's boys can light up the scoreboard, whereas Arizona State cannot. So Deion simply is going to outscore them, and I think 4 is pretty safe. So lock it in.
Shout out to Coach Prime.
Yeah, shout out. Last, Vanderbilt at Florida. I'm going to take the over 51.5. Vandy is 6 for 6 this year and going over this number. Their games are, not their team. Florida, they've only done it once in 5 games, but Vandy gives up a shitload of points as well. So I'm not too worried about that. 5 of their last 6 games between these two have gone over this number. The only one was in 2021. I think Florida won that one 42-0. But Vandy's not going to get shut out again. They've scored. So, that's it. I also love this little bonus one. It's 3-team parlay. Oops. That's my bad. Kansas State at Oklahoma State. That's on Friday. Syracuse at North Carolina. Colorado at Arizona State. So give me Kansas State, North Carolina, and Colorado. It's plus 134. I love that one as well. I wanted to make it that, but I kind of like the Florida one a little bit more. So,
hey, just do a 4-game parlay, dude.
Could, yeah.
Yeah, and while we're on Vandy, they have not covered yet this year, and I believe they've played one more game than everyone else. So if you want to tease that spread as well, good chance they don't cover.
I don't know what it's at, but maybe. All right, we'll get into NFL now. Do our pick 'em again. I advise to fade any of my picks. I've been terrible. First game, Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Buffalo's -5. Jags have covered 3 of their last 10 games against top 10 passing offenses. Jags are also the first team to play back-to-back weeks in London. Does that matter? I don't think so. But but we'll see. Maybe they can have it as like another home game. The Bills' last 3 games, they were -7.5, -5, and -3. They won all of those games by 28, 34, and 28. So they covered those easy. I think they keep it rolling in the UK. Bills -5.
So I, unlike Teebs, do think that it matters a whole bunch. It's reflected in the line a little bit. You would think that Buffalo would be a little bit more favored in this game. But yeah, they get to pretty much not travel, take a bus down the road to probably stay in the same hotel. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Jags in this one, +5.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Connor in a way. I think the line's interesting. I would think it'd be more than 5 if I were making it, which makes me a little bit suspicious. I expect the Bills to start off slow, but when the Bills win, they win big, as Teebs mentioned. So I think I don't think I have any bets on this game currently, but I think if I were to bet, I would take Bills because I think when they get rolling, they're tough to stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here with Huels. I like the Bills -5. Last time the Jacksonville faced off in London, the Jags didn't win 34-31. So I expect a close game, but the Bills are hot. They're possibly going to get Von Miller back this week and Jordan Poyer, which is huge for the defense.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I expect the Bills to win this tight one by a touchdown at least.
Do you know when that game was, Boyd? What year?
Yes, it was in 2015-2016 season.
Interesting.
Also, Jordan Poyer, shout out to his wife. She's fine.
Yes, she is.
We're on wife watch here.
Yeah, seriously. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Okay, I'm going to stick with my no NFL streak. It's been treating me well. I'm taking the Bills in this -5. They seem to be quite hot after their ugly game there against the Jets week 1. And so I think Josh Allen's feeling himself. He's back friends again with Stephon. And I think they'll light it up and cover the 5. So Buffalo it is.
I don't know what the over-under is.
It's 48.5.
48.5?
Yes, sir.
I don't hate the Lunder. I think Bill's defense is really good.
Did you say Lunder?
Yeah, the Lunder.
I like that.
That's a PMT reference. I can't take credit.
Well,
no, Hills, you just gotta take credit.
They're funny.
I don't want to get sued.
Okay, Saints at Patriots. Saints are -1. So this actually shifted. It originally opened as the Pats -1.5, and the stuff I had for you here was based on that. So I'm just going to roll with that. Patriots have won 8 of their last 9 games outright when favored, and then 1.5 is basically winning outright in my eyes. So I was going to go Pats -1.5. So as +1, I love it even more. So I'll take the Patriots +1.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go against the Patriots at home, but they just cannot score. And I know the Saints looked bad last week. I think another week of rest on the shoulder for Carr will help him out. If I just don't see the Patriots scoring more than 14 points, and I think the Saints can score more than 14 points. So I'll take the Saints.
Yeah, this just feels like this is going to be like the ugliest game of the week. The one that never comes up on Red Zone. The one that nobody cares about. Probably 17-14. I tend to think the Saints are a better team. The Patriots have a very banged up defense. I forget their names, but they lost 2 of their best defenders last week. Their run game has been middling. Saints defense is good. So kind of the same thing. I kind of tend to lean on the under. Don't even know what it is, but I just think it's probably a good bet.
39.5.
Yeah, I figure it's going to be low, but I would still lean towards that. But if I was taking the spread, I would lean Saints. I think Saints will win.
Yeah, I'm going under 39.5. I mean, this is a battle of who can score the least on offense. I mean, this game is just ugly, and the defender
who even
that's
starts
out,
at quarterback for the Pats,
right? I mean, whoever you throw out there.
Yeah, Mac's terrible.
He's bad.
I dropped him in Dynasty.
Defender's out. Matthew Judon and Christian Gonzalez. That's out for the pass defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Saints have a better defense. Mac threw 3 picks against them last time they faced them. So I'm going to go under 39.5. But if I had to choose a spread, it'd be Saints spread for sure.
Okay, regretfully, I have to make a pick in this game. It is quite ugly, as been stated. If this was a standalone game, I'd watch Looney Tunes instead. But I guess I'll make a pick here, and I've been flip-flopping over the last 2 minutes we've been talking about. But I'm going to pick the Saints. I'm picking the Saints. I don't like them, but the whatever the Patriots did last week, I cannot ride with them.
Can't get behind that.
So touchdown, Sam Howell. I'm taking the Saints, but we've already spoken enough about this game, so we'll move on.
Well, I actually part of my reason I didn't say I'm picking the Patriots is I'm so bad that you should fade mine, so that means the Saints will win, which is also good for my hot take. So
that's
why
a sweep.
I'm doing it. Yeah,
it's a sweep.
All right, Bengals -3 at the Cardinals. Since 2021, the Bengals have only covered 2 of 8 warm weather games. Since 2021, the Cardinals are the 3rd best against the spread team following an outright loss. They're 12-6 in that time. The Cardinals have covered all of their games this season besides last week when Kyle Shanahan's bitch ass decided to run up the score when they were already up 12 with 2 minutes left. Fuck him.
Yeah, because great teams cover. That's why.
Well, fuck him. Anyways, Cardinals, they're going to start covering again. I'll take them +3.
Yeah. This is the until you prove it, I'm out situation for the Bengals. I mean, they are another team that just cannot score, and they let the Titans offense, who I didn't know if they'd score another touchdown all year after that week 3 performance. They let them put up 24, 27 points. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think the Cardinals probably win this game, but I'll take the +3.
Yeah, this game opened at -6 Bengals, +6 Cardinals, and they got bet all the way down to 3. So there's a lot of money coming on the Cardinals. I think this is all just everybody is looking at this game based off of their past opinions of these teams. But I think if we look at just the 2023 season, the Cardinals have been borderline good, and the Bengals have been perpetually the most disappointing team in the NFL. So, and now I'm getting 3 points at home. Go ahead and tee up the Cardinals for me. Another game where I like the under for what it's worth.
What's that?
The under's 44, by the way.
44?
Yeah.
I mean, Bengals can't score. Cardinals defense is good, and the Cardinals aren't necessarily a juggernaut offense. So I like it.
This is a must-win game for the Bengals. They're the highest-paid quarterback, Joey Burrow. It's time for him to pull on the show. Possibly, T. Higgins. Cardinals are hard to beat at home. They beat the Cowboys, and they should have beat the Giants, but, Vanilla Vic had the best career half of his life. But I expect the Bengals to get it together, and I'm going to take the Bengals -3.
Yeah, I'm similar line of thinking with Jevin there. The Bengals have to figure it out at some point. I think I agree with what some of the others have said, that Arizona has been the better team so far this year. However, I feel like Burrow's got to come back to himself at some point, and we'll try this week. So Bengals -3.
And to add,
Jamar's gonna be open, right? He's always fucking open.
He's always fucking open.
I was just gonna say that Jamar made the comment of he's always open. I think Joey B's gonna force feed him this game.
Say Jamar anytime that's not a bad bet either.
Did I hear Boyd refer to Daniel Jones as Vanilla Vic?
Yeah, it's been a thing. It's awful.
It's annoying.
That's fantastic.
He claims Saquon calls him that.
Yeah, Saquon started.
I hope DK gives another Jamar Chase boost that we all lose on.
Oh.
All right, Jets at Broncos. Broncos are -2.5.
Who picked these games? There's this.
These are 4. Well, I wanted to bitch when he picked them and sent them in, but whatever. The other ones aren't much better. It's just a shitty week.
It's not supposed to be easy. We don't need to all be picking the same side. It's supposed to be tough games to pick.
That's what the spread's for. We're not picking them straight up.
No, I mean, trust me. I put thought into it.
Okay. The Broncos are just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 home games. That's real bad. But you know what's not real bad? That's Breece Hall. And he's off a snap count this week. So give me the Jets, Jets +2. And I think they went outright.
That one's not hard to spell. Man, I'm just so scared that we're going to get the same Zach Wilson we got before last week. I mean, did he just get up for that game because it was against the Chiefs? And, like, watching him on Hard Knocks, he's just cringeworthy. I just don't think he has the mental fortitude. I'll take the Broncos.
Fuck, man.
So Breece Hall's off a snap count. Just saying.
I mean, my thoughts are is that Denver's defense blows, specifically against the run, and I think Breece Hall's a dude. I think Dalvin's droppable, Connor. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. I think he fucking sucks.
Yeah, you'd love that. You just pick him right up, wouldn't you?
He'd be like my running back 6.
Jeff would get him because he's the worst team in the league.
Can we pause? Let's talk about Dalvin for just a minute. I know we're in this game, but no training camp, no OTAs. He had a baby 2 weeks before the season.
He had a baby with his wife.
Let the man get his legs underneath him. I mean, damn.
Well, Breece Hall's off a snap count now, so
and he doesn't have a quarterback.
Dalvin's a clear-cut backup.
All right, back to my thoughts here. Good running game from the Jets, bad running defense for the Broncos. Good defense for the Jets, bad defense for the Broncos.
Offense.
But no, Jets have a good defense.
You said Broncos bad defense too.
Yeah, you meant bad offense for the Broncos.
Well, no, I do. No. I mean, I meant bad defense. I was actually going to say Broncos offense has been better than kind of what I expected them to be this year.
Yeah.
Russ is a demon.
So again, this really, I don't know if I go that far, but this just it seems fairly obvious to me that the +2.5 Jets is the play. I played Jets last week. I got a little bit saved by a Mahomes slide.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, that was
Jets
Patrick
covered.
Mahomes, you're not a friend of the Booligans podcast. Just letting you know that right now.
We'll get into it next game.
I mean, their defense locked them up in the second half, so their defense is good. So go ahead and give me Jets +2.5.
Well, like Teep said, there's no pitch count for Breece Hall. This is an ugly game. If Zach plays like he did against the Chiefs, the Jets are definitely going to win, but that's a huge if. Huge if. This is a tough defense for Russ. I like the under. It's 43.5. I know it's not on here. I like the under, but if I had to choose, I'm going with Russ. He's been playing good as of late. I don't trust Zach Wilson at all, so I'm rocking with Russ.
That's right, Broncos country. Let's ride, boy.
Ride, baby.
Yeah, you saw what that did for the Dolphins last week. Probably just.
And speaking of wives, Russell Wilson's wife. Whew, goodies for sure.
Oh man. Anyways, I'm a proponent of locker room mojo, and the Broncos were right on the cusp of really being fractured after going 0-3, and then they were about to get blown out by the Bears, and then they came back. So I'm feeling Sean Payton and Russell Wilson are they're like visualizing shit, and they're singing Kumbaya in the locker room with their team, and I think the Jets aren't that good, and so I'm taking the Broncos -2.5, and especially because it's 2.5, because 2.5 is a good number to be on the minus side of. So yeah, Denver it is.
All right.
Books know that though, man. Books want you to bet Broncos. They want Broncos money.
Well, guess what? I'm going to.
Yep.
This is gonna be a terrible game. Do we know how many are on at 3?
I think it's 6 and 4
regular. It's 6 and 4, yeah, regular amount.
Okay, at least okay. Because I hate when you just have to have one of these shitty 3:00 games just on TV, and it's like, well, the other two are at commercials, so then you have to watch it, and it's like, do I really want to? I guess I'll go get some food. Anyways.
Well, I've said it before, but I wish they'd do like the March Madness scheduling where they like fire a game off every like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be nice.
But anyways, go on.
Okay, Chiefs are -3.5 at the Vikings. The Vikings have failed to cover 7 of their last 10 games following an outright win. As we kind of said on the previous game with Mahomes sliding and all that, fuck the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
But they're going to win this game. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
She
who
shall
not be named won't be at this game as far as I think. And so I don't think Kansas City's going to have any distractions.
She's going
They're going
across
to play
seas.
better.
Smoke show.
So the Vikings get scolded in this one. Kansas City -3.5.
I think the Vikings are drawing a line in the sand. Chiefs are distracted.
She's gone, and I just said no distractions.
Yeah, but they're still all in the news. NFL's putting them on their Twitter. And Vikings are at home. Fans are pissed. It's time to right the ship, as one might say. So give me Vikings cover.
These are all games that I just don't have a strong opinion on, to be quite honest with you. My gut tells me this is a good game. It's not going to be a blowout, but I still think I want to take the Chiefs to win by 4 or more. Chiefs are known to play kind of to their opponent's level. They don't win big against opponents they should win big by. But I think they need to get something going to get some confidence. So I think they're going to open up the playbook. They're going to score some points, and they're gonna win by more than 4. Give me Chiefs -3.5.
Yeah, this is for the Chiefs D, this is the best offense they're facing all year. It was a Vikings defender that said he's going to say something to Travis Kelce to get him going about Taylor Swift or whatever. He's going to cover him all day and blah blah blah. And hey, that's the wrong guy to get going. He's top. He's on a Mount Rushmore of tight ends. That's the wrong person to get going. And fun fact, if the Chiefs win this game, Pat will have defeated all other 31 NFL teams as a Chief, and that's the fastest player in history. So yeah, give me the Chiefs -3.5.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs also. Something about Mahomes indoors there. I feel like he's going to light it up. Pacheco is going to be running people over. And I think, just picturing in your head the Vikings in their all purples and the Chiefs in their white tops and red bottoms, they're just going to be scoring a lot of points. And I'm taking the Chiefs, feeling good about even though it's 3.5. I am still riding with KC.
Can we clarify? Is it actually Pacheco?
No, it's Pacheco.
No, he just
Pacheco.
Just like
you should have known.
We say Debu because Jeff said Debu.
I thought Fisher called him Debu.
Well, somebody, but
one of those Fishers.
Yeah,
I think
Victorious were saying wrong names.
I think Pacheco might be some of the most just fucking nails on a chalkboard name I've ever heard in my whole entire life.
It's much more fun to say than the real way.
Let's just say Pacheco.
No.
Why is nobody
calling
Pacheco yet?
He's gonna
just like Young Ho Koo, it's very fun to say. Young Ho.
No, Young Wei is way more fun. Young Wei is fun as hell to say.
I like saying Koo.
Cooter.
I like the Koo.
Yeah, Cooter.
All right, teams, who has a hot wife in this game?
I mean,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
needs to get
I got nothing. I'm sure one of the defensive players might on either team maybe have somebody, but no famous.
I'm Brady Mahomes. I don't care.
He's okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Kurt
would gag, but
I thought you'd like Jackson Mahomes better, but that's just my thought.
Me?
No, Jevin.
Oh.
Look at him.
He has been relatively quiet this season. I don't know what. I guess it's like rape charge or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
what keeping him under.
People like, come on, get the hell out of here.
The kid's an absolute idiot.
You're Mahomes. You can go kiss anybody you want to. You just want to force feed her. Like, come on, man. You're 6'8". Come on, you're 6'8" and light skinned. You can kiss anybody in the world.
Put him behind bars.
And before we get into that next game, Commanders down 10 driving, maybe a little bit of life, tie it up, go to overtime, get a 3-point win. That'd be huge for me.
Yeah, same how
there's big life there. Big life.
Over already hit. Shahala.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Cowboys at Niners. Niners minus 3.5. Since 2021, the Cowboys are 10-1 against the spread when facing a top 10 run defense. This game involves two of the three best against the spread teams when favored since 2021, which I guess San Fran's the team that's favored here. This should be a good game. It could be a potential NFC Championship game, although Dallas likes to choke in the playoffs, so they might struggle to get there. CMC's on a tear right now. Connor knows he's killing it. I think it continues. I'm going to go with 49ers minus 3.5.
All right. Unfortunately, I think this is the week that McCaffrey comes back down to earth. Of course, it's when I'm against Cameron. I just think McCarthy's going to make Purdy beat him.
I mean Debo.
Well, fine, but someone's throwing it to him. I think.
You mean?
I think they might still win, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game, close game, and I'll take the Cowboys on the right side of the spread.
So this is a game I do have strong feelings about. I absolutely love the 49ers in this position. I think the Cowboys D is banged up. I think they can be run on. I think McCaffrey's going to have a massive game. And I think that there's just there's a discrepancy between these two teams being top of the NFC. I think they are both at the top, but I think similar to the Buffalo Miami game, I think the Niners are just a more well-rounded team, and most importantly, they're a far better coached team. I don't think McCarthy's the guy. And truthfully, I think Niners are just going to exert their claim to being top of the NFC after this game.
Channing down to earth for C-Mac is still 85 to 95 yards. He still put up 15 to 19 fantasy points.
Yeah, but I need that 40. I need that 40 spot.
Which is definitely going to happen. But this is a game of the week in my opinion. These teams played in the playoffs last year. Niners won. Niners are on a 2-game win streak against the Cowboys. C-Mac is cooking. If he scores again, he'll be tying Evan Smith with 13 touchdowns in a row. It's easy for me. Give me the Niners at home.
I'm going to take the Niners as well, and I'm just thankful that after having a lot of ugly primetime games this year that we actually get one that's worthwhile. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think the 49ers, as I've stated before, and as everyone has stated before, have a lot of weapons, and defense is a demon as well. So I think Dak's going to be in trouble. So I'm taking the Niners.
All right. Monday Night Football, Green Bay at the Raiders. Raiders are -1. I think this also opened up a little different. I think the Packers were favored originally.
Yeah, they were.
I'm going to go back to some warm weather stats here. Had the one in the Green Bay, or not Green Bay, Cincy, Arizona. There hasn't been a better warm weather against the spread team since 2021 than the Packers, 7-1 in that time. It's pretty good. The Raiders are 0-2 this season after a loss, which puts them at 3-8 since the beginning of last season in such spots, which is 4th worst in the NFL. Jordan, love the Packers here, and you already know I'm going back to the chance. So go Pack, go Packers +1.
This is a tough game. It feels like a trap. It feels like the line should be a little bit more in favor of the Packers. I know they had a tough game last week. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to start doing a revenge game for every game. Just find a player or like an offensive coordinator or like a special teams coach where it's a revenge game. Maybe next week. Tune in next week. But Devontae Adams revenge game, and I think everybody's going to be on the Packers, and the Raiders will surprise. It's in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the home team's on the right always.
Yeah, I figured you were consistent with it, but yeah, give me the Raiders.
Quick question, is Garoppolo back?
I think he's back.
I think it's up in the air still. But I think it's hopeful.
They got Derek Carr 2.0 still.
Devontae Adams came out and said he likes Derek Carr 2.0 a lot, and he loves him. So hey, we'll see what happens.
Wait, is Derek Carr 2.0 Garoppolo or O'Connell?
O'Connell.
He looks exactly like we thought it was Derek Carr. Like he's got like the same build. He's got like the black like eyeliner look on his eyes.
Derek Carr usually has a beard, but that O'Connell guy had a mustache. But then whenever he has his helmet on, it looks like the same beard that
he's got the chin strap.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
And the same number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just another tough game. I feel like this is just going to come down to who has the ball last. I think if Jimmy G's back, I like the Raiders to win, and to win by obviously more than one. I think Jacobs found a little bit of a groove, and I think the Packers are better than expected, but I still think they're a little bit overrated. So go ahead and give me the Raiders.
Like Shannon said, this is Devontae Adams' revenge game. The Raiders are just, in my opinion, I think they're just a shitty organization. There's too much shit going on over there, from when AB froze his foot to the Henry Ruggs to the
R.I.P.
John Gruden, Derek Carr last year. You got Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs coming out. Oh, I just want to win, and I'm sick of this winning or losing stuff. Or the Raiders have a terrible defense. McDaniel's job is on the line. Fun fact: the referee in this game, Brad Allen, he's been assigned to this game. The Raiders are 2-6 when he's assigned to this game.
Oh shit!
So the Green Bay Packers have won 8 straight games against the Raiders. The last Raiders win was 20-0 in 1987. 1987. So hey, give me Green Bay Packers.
That's a lot of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers wins. That's all I gotta say about that.
1987. I mean, we weren't even thought about 1987. They were fucking cocaine. They were partying back in 1987. Give me the Packers. Jordan Love, baby.
The Baxter was snorting cocaine in '87. She had time to think about me.
Yeah, so you people that are picking the Packers are having to dig so deep to talk about warm weather games inside a dome, and
talking
from
the weatherman in Buffalo last week.
Well, that's actually outdoors. That actually matters. And then we're talking about how many games in a row they've won. It's like, it doesn't matter.
I'm just giving you the trends. Relax.
So the Packers, I've made my feelings known about them, and I stick by that. Max Crosby's going to have a field day because I feel like in primetime he always does with all his fucking tattoos and shit. He's going to be all over Jordan Love. And the Raiders will reign supreme on Monday night easily.
I forgot to mention this is a Central Coast team playing at a late night game too, so it's 9:15 their time, which maybe they got, don't like people staying up late. Maybe they get a little tired.
And Green Bay Central Time Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess not. Yeah, you said 9:15. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right.
My bad.
Don't matter.
Is Jordan Love undefeated on the road?
I don't
He's
know.
played like 2
They beat Chicago week 1 at Chicago, wasn't it?
I know he beat the Falcons, but I can't remember who was the other one.
Well,
They beat Chicago.
New Orleans. Did he beat New Orleans at New Orleans?
They
lost
beat
to
New
the
Orleans
Falcons,
in
I'm pretty sure.
Lambeau, they were up.
Well, that was Lambeau.
Yeah, they were down 17-0, and then Jameis came in dumb and lost the game. Speaking of which, we missed a field goal there, so Washington is dead.
It's all over.
Oh, they missed that field goal?
Yeah, it's all over.
Oh,
come on.
Joey
slided it to the right.
Joey.
Right.
God bless.
Okay.
Not over yet. We got time.
We'll go to our locks now.
Yeah.
We'll kick it off with Boyd. He's got the Texans at Falcons with the Texans money line as the lock.
Texans, baby. AFC South, baby. Texans. I love the Texans in this. I'm not sure why the books open up with ATL favored, but Ritter looks lost. He looks lost. They beat a winless Panthers team in the season opener. Nothing impressive. If not for the double-digit comeback against the Green Bay, this team would be 1-3. CJ and D'Amico Ryans are looking. They're on fire. They're on fire right now. I wanted D'Amico Ryan before Shane Stockton because D'Amico, he was the defensive coordinator for the Niners, and he's very smart, and I just love him. CJ Stroud he's on a tear. He's the sixth player in history. A little stats for you: sixth player in history to throw for 300 yards a game and no picks in his first 4 games. The other QBs: Bree, Brady, Pat, A-Rod, Peyton. All right, you were ready for me to say it, huh? I had to say the best for last, baby. Peyton. And the Texans have outscored their last 2 opponents.
Hold on.
Combined.
So Peyton didn't throw a pick in his first 6 games, but he set the record for picks.
He threw 30.
We need a fact check on this.
No, I don't think his first 4 games. It was with first 4 games of the year, not first 4 games in history. He did it with the Broncos.
Not of his career.
No, not career. No.
CJ does have the streak for most pass attempts without an interception, though, to start your career.
You know who has the most pass attempts without an interception in SEC history?
Probably Drew Lock.
Nobody cares.
Texans have also outscored the last 2 opponents 67 to 23. So give me the Texans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we knew that.
I love the Texans.
Let Brady Cook. Shout out Brady Cook.
Shout out Brady Cook.
Okay,
I like that boy.
Connor, we got a little 2-for-1 here. Ravens at Steelers, Titans at Colts.
Horseshoe.
Steelers plus 7.5, plus 7.5. Colts plus 3.5. Parlay them.
Yeah, little division showdown special. I like the home teams here. I don't know if the Colts can pull off the victory because they haven't beat the Titans in 5 straight. But
that boy's back.
What's the Colts? What's the regular spread on that game?
-2.5 Titans.
So that one's only moved by 1.
Yeah, maybe this should have shifted, because didn't the line shift?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just saying.
But it's not really a teaser. It's just a parlay of alternate lines, right?
Sure. Yeah. That's a better way to put it. But that probably won't fit in his little box there.
Okay, we're on the same page. We're good.
Basically, I don't see the Colts losing by more than a field goal at home. I think it probably comes down to a field goal at the end of the game. And
yeah, for Matt Gay, and he drains it. Colts win. Anyways, continue.
For Gate.
Matt Gay, former hell of a guy. And I know the Steelers look terrible. Mike Tomlin's kind of notorious for looking terrible on road games. And then
Jesus Christ.
DJ Moore.
Unbelievable.
Again?
Yeah.
I haven't already has 35.
But anyway, I think the Steelers come home against the Ravens. It's going to be just a nasty fight there in Pittsburgh. They're at home. I don't think they're going to lose by more than a touchdown. So take it.
Okay.
You guys love the Steelers, man.
We'll go to Hills. Cowboys at Niners. Niners -3.5.
Yeah, we already discussed. A few more tidbits. I feel like skill players, Niners have a severe advantage. They don't have a single position on offense that's lacking in any way, shape, or form. Other than you could argue quarterback, but I think we could all agree Brock Purdy has been more than sufficient this year. I'd argue they have a better defense. They have a healthy defense. They have better coaching. They're at home. It's a big game. I just think all around that they're just suited to win this game handedly. And we all know Dak tends to throw some flops every once in a while. I think this could be a Dak flop of a game.
Both of these QBs play for the El Jefes, so this is a battle of the starting position of the team.
I think he's playing. Is he playing Dak?
I think I'm pretty sure he's playing Purdy.
He's guaranteed 2 touchdowns with Purdy, so might as well play Purdy.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I think he's thrown 2 touchdowns in like 90% of his games that he's started.
When we did it, teams early in the year, he.
Yeah, I think week 1 he didn't get it.
Yeah.
That might be the only week besides the game he got injured.
Of course.
Yeah. Right, Sneeze has got 3-for-1, and I mean heavens. Okay, Bengals at Cardinals, Broncos at Jets, Chiefs at Vikings. Under, Broncos +8 in the over.
So yeah, this is a 10-point teaser here, and we've kind of talked about these games already. You guys were saying you love the under in that game in Arizona. We were loving the over in Minnesota. And, Russ, I think they're going to win the game. They're certainly not going to lose by 2 possessions to the Jets, which that game's in Denver, no?
Correct.
Is it?
It
Did I
is in
flip
Denver.
Yeah. So anyways,
That's
but yeah, there's no, if they lose by 2 possessions to the Jets at home, they just need to all go home and stay there. So I just don't see a way that these don't hit. So it must be right. So 3's company.
I mean, what doesn't win, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, that's the point of the locks, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. For mine, so I originally had Texans money line, same as Boyd, but when he sent it in to me, I was being the nice guy that I am. I was like, all right, you can have that one. So I got to go back to the board. As I'm looking through it, something I come across makes my balls tingle, and it's same game as Hills. And it's the over 45. You guys talking about this is gonna be a low scoring game, all that. I don't see how this doesn't hit. Both offense, you're telling me they can't score 24 points apiece. I love this play. I'm gonna go ahead and say put the house on it. It's a donkey slap mail wax unit play.
Yeah.
I
We
love
haven't had one in a while.
Love it.
I haven't seen that graphic. Yeah, that's funny.
Donkey slap max.
we
Mail
won't be
or unit
together,
play.
but it's gonna be a lot of at my home. Oh, look at TD. Look at TD. There's gonna be a lot of 88s across the
I'd hope
screen,
for that.
baby.
Yeah.
I respect the decision. I'm concerned Dallas scores like 17.
Well, then San Fernando has put up enough. I love this play. I don't know. It'll probably score 14-10 final, but I love this over. Anyways, we'll move on to my hell of a guy. And this week I'm going to do something a little different. A little different sport here. I'm going to go St. Louis City SC.
Nice.
They had a nice 4-1 win against Sporting Kansas City last Saturday. That clinches best in the West for them. And they're the first expansion team with 17 wins in a season. So shout out to our local boys. You got to love it.
Is that a rivalry game?
Playoffs are – it is.
Yeah,
playoffs, I think we got like 2 more games maybe, and then playoffs we'll have a first round bye. So shout out to our squad. All right, dum dums. Let's take a moment here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I got it set up where they'll just keep going until I click
I noticed
slide,
that.
so we can sit here for a couple minutes.
I noticed they didn't stop. That's great.
He was chirping all day about this, so I thought, well, I'll add a couple more dum dums for him. So
yeah, he earned it. It's always the same face too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I love this one too on the middle right where he's burnt to shit on his lower half.
and white as hell on top. Oh man. Well, I'll try to make it quick on these.
First one.
We got a full house. First one. This is Scott Fitter. He's the general man. I'm going to tell you. So Scott Fitter is the general manager of the Carolina Panthers. So per insider Jordan Schultz on Wednesday, Fitter is exploring trade options to give Bryce Young a premier passing target. Now, Carolina Panthers, if you didn't know, are 0-4. So generally, 0-4 teams not making the playoffs. In fact, if they lose this week in Detroit, they'll be 0-5. An 0-5 team has never made the playoffs. So not really a team you're thinking is going to trade for a premier wide receiver. In the offseason, if you'll recall, they traded up to get the number 1 pick. They traded the number 9 pick, number 61 pick, 2024 first round, 2025 second round, and 3 touchdown DJ Moore, who you're seeing on your screen right now. He's a wide receiver 1, so I understand you got to go get your quarterback, but you just gave away your franchise wide receiver 1, and all of your assets that you could trade to go and get a wide receiver 1. What are you going to trade for a wide receiver 1? A 2028 first round pick? You don't have any picks left.
Chuba Hubbard and Terrace Marshall, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they don't have any.
Do you know who's not a wide receiver 1?
Oh my lord.
We're cutting him off. Someone mute him.
Please, yeah. Hey, Johnny, can you?
We need to be like around the horn and just mute him.
And just to add insult to injury, they gave Adam Thielen, who's a wide receiver, a 3-year, $25 million deal in the offseason. He's 33, so they're really going to be loving that deal at his age 36 season when they're paying him. I believe it's $9 million that year. So
he's eating though.
And he's a wide receiver 1 for a fantasy team. A guy that's in this chat.
Jeez. Yeah, they don't need to trade for one.
He's number one on my team.
Receiver.
Jesus.
He's the number one on my team.
I'll suck that. That's
okay, we're gonna move on.
Got a dum dum.
We all know this guy.
Hey there, Jim. So boys upset. We got some for the shoe folks in here. So Jim hasn't opened the roof for the 2 Colts home games this year. It's been 70 to 80 degrees and sunny for both games. Now I understand. I looked into this. I'm not just giving him a blanket dum-dum. I do my research. So it gets hot. It gets hot in there when it's 80 degrees and sunny for
a warm weather game in Vegas, fucker.
Yeah. So Jim wants to keep the roof closed. So I thought about making the architect of Lucas Oil Stadium the dum-dum for having so much sun be on the fans and the players. But it turns out Jim doesn't want the sun coming in because it hits the Colts sideline and they get hot all game. Well, let's think here. Who's in charge of which team goes on which sidelines there, Jim? For the last, you've been the GM of the team since like 1995. You think you could put them on the sideline that's in the shade? And then it would be a competitive advantage, not to mention the shadows coming across the field. I think people have said like there's at least 1 dropped punt per game when they got the roof open. It's a competitive advantage, but you put your team on the hot sideline. So Jim Irsay, dum-dum. Next.
Dum-dum.
Mizzou used to be on the hot sideline, but that was the only good thing Barry Odom ever did was switch it around. So
I mean, Lucas Oil was built in 2009. You think they'd have it figured out by now?
New turf is coming in 2024.
Okay.
Next.
We need grass. Turf needs to be abolished.
Yeah, you're gonna Rich's gonna tear his ACL.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
King Dum Dum.
King Dum Dum this week. This is Zach Johnson for all you non-golf fans. He's the captain of the United States Ryder Cup team. The Ryder Cup was this past weekend. So for the Ryder Cup, basically 6 players qualify automatically, and then the captain, this guy, picks 6 more players for a team of 12. Part of Zach's policy, and I think the entire Team USA strategy, but he's the captain, so he's going to fall on the sword, is we're not going to take live golf guys. That's part 1 of the dumb strategy. If you'll recall, in 2021, the U.S. won the Ryder Cup at home by 10 points, one of the biggest margins of all time. And they haven't won in Europe in like 20 or 30 years. I mean, it's been forever. That's what they've been trying to do forever, is trying to win on European soil. So instead of taking Bryson DeChambeau, who's 2-3-1 Ryder Cup record, he was 2-0-1 in 2021, dominant. And Dustin Johnson, who was 5-0, first American player to do that since 1979. He's 5-0 in 2021 when the U.S. had the huge victory. He didn't take either of those guys because they're live golf guys. That's the only reason. He tried to say it was because of play. They're both playing fine. I'm pretty sure Bryson competed a few weeks ago.
Is Brooks a live guy too?
He is.
So he didn't take him? Or did he qualify automatically?
He didn't qualify automatically, but he won a major. So that was Zach saving face by saying, well, I'll take him because he won a major and he's playing well.
Also, I do have a question. Is he one of the 12 players or is he just the captain?
He's just the captain because he's.
I'm pretty sure he's well out of his prime. Like, does he?
I was about to say, I was like, hopefully he wasn't playing because I thought he wasn't any good anymore.
So as a player, I like Zach Johnson. He makes the short hitters like me feel good. That he can compete on tour. But as a captain, and just to add insult to injury, so kind of the Ryder Cup is like you want experience, but you'll get some rookies in that top 6 that qualify, and the more experienced guys like help them along. he brought a rookie by choice with him this week, which is like, you don't do it because you already have. He had 2 rookies qualify automatically, and then the first 2 matches of
who were those?
Wyndham Clark, who won the U.S. Open, and Brian Harmon, and then Max Homa.
Trash too. Homa was good though.
Homa was good, and those are the automatic qualifiers, so he doesn't have a choice. But then he brought Sam Burns for whatever reason.
Is it the flow hair guy?
Yeah, I think he was the mullet with
Is he always a captain, or is it like a year by year thing?
It's a year by year. There's like a group of 5 of them that have pretty much been rotating for the last, and they want Tiger to do it, and he won't do it. I don't know why. But anyway, to finish my point, so Friday morning they put out the groups, and he put 3 of the 4 rookies out in the first 2 pairings with no Ryder Cup experience. Just throw them out there and see how they do. Well, yeah, I don't think we won. I think we went 0-4 in the Friday morning match. So Zach Johnson, since you like helping out Europe so much, I crown you king this week. I know they do kings over there, so King Dum Dum.
So should we get Big Cat to be the captain? Because he put together a nice little squad.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. He knows his team. He knows the other team. And he knows what it takes to win. So
matchups well. Yeah.
He may not be a friend of the show yet, but in the near future he will be. So Big Cat, if you're listening, we can get a petition going.
Yeah. All right. Last segment. We're gonna do some power rankings. And this week we'll do fall things.
I forgot what I put here.
So we'll kick off with Boyd. I'm gonna do, each person has like their own slide. It was kind of a small fit for all of us. I have one at the end of everything, but this way we'll just kind of go person by person. So Boyd, if you're ready, you're number 5.
I almost put this.
Yeah, I chuckled at this.
Man.
I wish I would have thought of this.
I love me some women, man. I love me some women. When they're wearing yoga pants in Target or the gym, I'm looking 24/7. There's been a lot of times where I go grocery shopping at Walmart or Aldi or Schnucks or whatever, and I just see a nice little dime piece wearing the yoga pants, and I don't need anything in that aisle where it's like butter or like brownies or whatever, but I'm going to go down the aisle just to take a peek. I was going to take a peek, see how good it's looking, and it's looking great. But yeah, I love seeing women in yoga pants for sure.
Wow, if that's 5, I'm excited for the rest.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, 4.
Fantasy football. It's the best thing to look for all year. I mean, it's one of the best things to look for all year in the fall. It's nothing better than draft night. You're doing, your little redraft, and you're with the boys. And, we all love fantasy football. Fantasy football is just number 4 for me. Number 4, perfect spot. I had basketball season. Well, I had Thanksgiving at first, but we said we couldn't do that. And then I put basketball season starts because, I love me some basketball. So, I got to stick with fantasy football.
It's a good call.
3.
Football Sunday with the boys and girls and the little ones and the parents. It's just a great, fun time. I look forward to it each week. It's just a good event to keep us all around and keep us watching ball and laughing and joking and hanging out. And I love it very much, and I look forward to it every weekend. So, yeah, that's a perfect spot.
2.
See, the fall, that's it's my favorite weather. It's low 60s, maybe, high 50s. This is perfect weather. You put on some sweatpants, sweatshirt. I like wearing Ugg slippers, like Timberland boots and stuff like that. And I just love being in this comfortable, nice apparel.
I agree with that. And then number 1.
For the shoot, baby. You see those boys up there, don't you? These are my boys. I love these boys so much. We got a star running back coming back this weekend. It's making me a little bit more excited. I look forward to this each season, even though if we're gonna suck or if we're gonna be good, it doesn't matter. I enjoy watching these boys every Sunday, seeing them play their hearts out. And, you know, like I said, like I always say, you know, we're the fourth winningest program since 2000. I don't care what anybody says. We're winners. And that these boys just put a smile on my face each time I see them playing suit up.
Until they lose, and then you're crappy. But anyways.
Yes. But even on rainy days, I still love my boys. I'm still going to hold an umbrella over them in the rain. Even though I'm pissed at them, I still love you guys.
Okay. We'll move on to Connor's. His number 5.
Yeah, so I know you guys aren't big into the fall theme stuff, but you know, apple flavored stuff, pumpkin flavored stuff, Oktoberfest beer. It's just the greatest. That's when you know fall's here. So yeah, not much more to say about that.
4.
Yeah, so Boyd made it 3 separate. I just kind of lumped it all into one. You got fantasy football, you got football on TV. I think we're going 50 days straight right now. If we got football 50 days straight, so can't beat that. And then even better, you can throw money away on it. So football betting, football watching, and fantasy football, can't beat it.
3.
That's an alternate for me.
So a lot of people think of bonfires as a summer activity. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I thought this would be a little controversial. But a fall bonfire, maybe you got some jeans on. You're not gonna get hyped if you got jeans on, but you don't have to get hyped at a bonfire. You know, maybe you got some jeans, maybe you got a sweatshirt on. Just hanging by the fire, keeping warm. You probably got a cold beer with a koozie on it in your hand. I mean, what's better than that?
Summer bonfires blow.
Too hot.
Low. It's super hot. I need a sweat rag.
Way too hot.
5
Fall
sweat rags.
bonfires.
Only good thing is they keep the bugs away a little bit.
Yeah, this is no controversy here. This is a good.
Okay, good.
This is a good one.
Good.
Number 2.
So fall golf, I mean, I think underrated, but I think a lot of people agree with me as well. You know, people think of spring as prime golf. Gets kind of hot in the summer, gets a little burnt out on the courses. In the fall, they cut the grass low because it stays alive. It's not too busy on the courses. You're not sweating your ass off. You know, this is some nice scenery. The courses I play don't look like that picture, but
That looks amazing, doesn't
it? Yeah, you can't beat fall golf.
I've never really done
fall
it.
froth in there too.
Yeah, you can throw froth in there.
Froth
Less
golf?
leaves to hit.
Fall froth.
You were not to.
And number 1.
And it's head, shoulders, knees, and toes above all of these. Is sleeping with the windows open every night. You know, Boyd was talking that low 60s, high 50s. Your covers are nice and cool. You can cuddle up in there, and yeah, I mean, not much more I can elaborate on that. I wish it's a little warm right now. What'd you say?
I said it's lovely to Michael Myers pull you out of your sheets when you're sleeping. Like,
you just get you some window locks. You'll be all right.
Well, you can't.
So, yeah.
How are you gonna lock it if it's open?
Like where it doesn't like let it go any higher than
I see. Yeah.
this much.
Those are pretty easy to break. I've done them before.
Yeah, they're just plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good list. I like all those.
Yeah, that's a good list.
Well, 5 sucks, but the rest is good. All right, Cameron, number 5.
All right. Originally, I had Halloween candy in this spot, honorable mention, because, you know, nothing beats a fun-sized Snickers. However, it missed the cut. Connor brought this up as his, and I was like, this has got to make my list. I fucking love chili. You know, just that bowl looks so good. Just put some shredded cheese on top of that thing. Throw some Fritos in there, some oyster crackers in there, whatever it is. It's just the greatest meal that you can have for fall. You can make your crock pot and have it for like 3 days straight. It is excellent. So had to crack the top 5 for me.
Don't forget your peanut butter bread.
Yeah,
chili dog.
Sure.
Chili dog, yeah.
Grilled cheese.
Chili tot.
I've never done grilled cheese with it, but I can't imagine it's bad.
There's nothing that's bad with chili. Just if you think it's good to put some chili on it, it just got better.
Glass of milk. Great.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, number 4.
Number 4, MLB postseason.
That's terrible.
It's better than the regular season, and the reason why it made the cut is because there's some gaps in the football days here and there. So you pop on a meaningful game to watch, throw a little money on it. And it's one thing that's great about it is just the passion of the fans. They're really into it, living and dying on every pitch. And then for the most part, since I don't really follow a certain team, you can just sit back and watch the fans living and dying on every pitch and not have to sweat about it as if you were a fan. So it's cool to take in. There's a lot of good environments, a lot of good memorable moments that come out of it, and it's a good thing to bridge the gap between football games. So it made the cut at number 4.
A couple quick notes. With the fans living with every pitch and watching them react. All 19,000 in Tampa, they really showed out. And then you also earlier today we were doing dozen trivia. You missed the playoff question, and this is one of your top 5 fall things in MLB playoffs, and you didn't know the answer to the MLB playoff question.
So,
well, what are you doing? That's one of your top 5 things of fall. You didn't know the answer.
Boyd missed one of his freaking niche questions one time on the Colts, and this is number 1.
Also, were you not listening to Connor? You just have 50 straight days of football, and here you're saying throwing this on in between off days.
Yeah, but I mean, some of those
disparaging
days,
the Sun Belt and the Conference USA.
Yeah, as much as I love like Akron
and
on
a Tuesday,
Eastern Michigan, I mean, that can only satisfy your appetite so much.
You gotta say another school in that conference. Come on, man.
Bowling Green, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure. So, anyways, that has to qualify. I mean, come on.
And speaking on this too, the first 4 series were horrible. This year at least.
Yeah. Which actually, whenever I put this on here, that was before all the series started, and then I was like, man, none of these are really that interesting. But
the fans were still rowdy though.
It's got to be top 5. I mean, like whenever that Phillies dude hit that grand slam, those people going nutty.
They're all singing his at bat song, and then like the music shut off, but they continue. I always get chills when people do that in stadiums. And then first pitch he hits a grand slam. Yeah, that was kind of electric.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Okay, Thanksgiving plate build. You just walk up to the line and you just have an empty plate, and then you just walk past option after option after option after option of great things to put on your plate. And sometimes you might have to get 2. You go back for more second and thirds. The turkey, the gravy, the rolls, the corn, the mashed potatoes, you name it. It is just a delight every fall to build your Thanksgiving plate. So this is a slam dunk, top 3.
Fall is the day after Labor Day until the Sunday before Thanksgiving.
Fuck off.
Just if anyone was curious.
I thought winter started like the first week of December.
No, I don't care about the Earth rotations. I'm talking about cultural fall.
So you made your own rules.
Yeah, those are the rules that we all abide by.
No.
I thought Thanksgiving wasn't supposed to be on our list.
Yeah, it's not.
Why can't
this
it be
is a plate
list?
build. I let it slide. It's not quite Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a holiday, or like this is pretty specific. So
how the fuck is it not fall? What the fuck planet are you guys from?
It's its own thing. It's part of the holidays.
I thought it was fall. Hey, don't say you guys.
That would be like saying you can't put Christmas for best things about winter.
Correct.
Yeah, what kind of rule is that?
Yeah, Christmas is definitely winter.
Dum-dum of the week.
Okay, number 2.
Okay, cool, crisp weather. The reason why I put this on is whenever you wake up and you walk outside and you can really just taste that crispness in the air. And if I want to parlay this into a multiple thing, cool, crisp weather, you have your bonfires, you have your yoga pants, you have your sweatshirts, all that's wrapped up due to cool, crisp weather. So that was definitely had to be on the list. You can parlay that into multiple subcategories there. So gotta have it.
I'm so excited for this because we're going to have this on Saturday. We're going to stop and get out at McDonald's on our way to Columbia, and just you get out of the car and it just like hits you, and you just like right through your nose. It just like goes through so smooth. Yeah, this is a solid.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. And then number 1, it's easy. Again, this was wrapped up in multiple. You have your betting, you have your fantasy, you have all that stuff wrapped up in one. It is the best part. But I don't know if I put it on the list because the Super Bowl is in February, which is the winter. So I don't know if this is a fall thing. Fuck off. it's a number one fall thing. So easy.
Okay, we'll move on to mine. Number 5, trees changing colors. I think it looks nice. I don't really have much to say on it. It's just, it's pretty. Let's be honest. It's
It
a
is
good.
pretty.
Look
Can't
nice,
lie.
but you're absolutely right.
Yeah. 4, I'm kind of pissed Connor had this. I thought I was gonna sneak this in. Nobody'd think about it. But yeah, fall bonfire. Yeah, that's. I don't know how you thought it would be controversy. This is fantastic. Like, I mean, look at the picture there. I just want to go sit in that chair. It looks so inviting. It's relaxing. It's cozy. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Can you say wood?
Wood that would sit in that chair.
Yeah,
exactly.
Easily.
Wood.
I can only imagine.
Would throw some wood on that fire.
Would throw my wood in her mouth.
Jeez.
Kid show.
Yeah,
This is a family segment.
Family show. All right, number 3, sweatshirts. Yeah, they're so comfy. You don't have to wear an undershirt. Connor put me on that back in high school. It's a great. For us bigger fella, it kind of hides some of that extra poundage. So that's always fantastic.
Sure does.
It's cozy. It's nice. It's nice. 2, Connor, kind of similar to Connor again here, just opening the windows. I think even during the daytime, just letting that crisp, cool weather come through the windows. It's just feels fresh in the house. It just, you sleep with them too. But yeah, it's just in general, just opening the windows in the fall is a top 5 thing for sure. And then 1, we've all touched on it. Football. I don't know how anything else can be not number 1. So.
Did you put that sweatshirt on purpose, the crew neck?
I just Googled sweatshirt and that's what pops up. So, I mean, I don't know what a crew neck is even. So here you go. Here's all 5 or all 4 of us if you want to get a look and compare.
And that's a nice bottom in those women pants right there. Like, I would. Yeah,
I scrolled down for a little bit when I was Googling that just to find a nice one. And yeah.
Hills, what's on your list, Hills?
I was just thinking about things I would maybe put on there that you guys didn't. 1 would be saving money on your power bill.
Yeah. Which goes into the weather. That's why it's an all-encompassing. Yeah.
2, I would probably be more general and just say outdoor activities. Golf, froth, hiking, day drinking in the fall is fucking awesome. Sneeze's chili pick is great, but I'd also just say soup weather, awesome.
Yeah, soup.
Enjoying a hot cup of coffee, not only because it's good, but also because it's cold outside and you get to hold it in your hands and just feel the steam on your face. It's great. It's great. There's not many things that's bad about fall. Not many.
I love it.
What's your favorite?
Also,
go ahead.
I was gonna say not cutting grass is awesome. I love keeping a nice lawn, but I get sick of cutting grass.
Yeah.
At about August time.
Yeah, we only got a couple more left in us. Maybe like 4 or 5 mows. I don't know how short you guys do yours.
I was thinking like 1 or 2.
I'm hoping 1.
Usually you have to cut at least once in December, but
December.
sometimes.
Yeah, I ain't going out there in December.
Yeah.
You're dreaming.
Just depends how you like to keep your lawn.
Are you a big fall food and drinks guy? Do you have a favorite there? That was gonna be what we did, but I was like, I can't think of anything for that.
I wouldn't have thought of anything.
I can think of so many things. Oktoberfest.
So like things that you personally like, because I can think of things people like, but not what I personally like.
Oktoberfest beer slaps. Any sort of hot coffee drink is always better in the fall. Soups slap.
Those cinnamon sugar dusted apple donuts you get at the apple orchard.
No, I'm not big into that.
What am I breaking on my checkbook? That sounds like it's $35 a thing.
No, it's cheap.
I was just there. I didn't see none.
Halloween's a good fall activity.
Also,
too.
bonfires. The s'more is a great.
S'more. Yeah.
A great.
S'more what?
This is a family show. Family show.
You're talking to the guy who sneaks. You're talking to the guy who sneaks down grocery aisles to look at yoga books.
He's just checking the price of the butter. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no better hot dog than one over an open fire. No better
Fair.
hot dog.
And it just breaks apart and it's all juicy and black.
That's burnt. Yeah, love it.
Oh.
Love it.
All right. Anything else?
No, it's just too long, but it was fun.
It was like an hour and 20.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Great length.
Probably about an hour and a half, maybe.
Well, it
Good
says
episode,
134, but I think we're in here for like 10 minutes before we hit record.
Yeah, mine says
Thank you,
139.
Yeah, that's just when I like open up the meeting, but
right.
whenever I
What show?
record, it's probably about an hour and a half.
Can't believe the Bears beat them by 20 points. That's crazy.
Sam Howell finished with 22.